Bonjour, bonjour. Hope you hear me well with my big mic today. We're having issues with internet, so hang on if I disappear and you don't see me anymore. So I'm trying to be live in on LinkedIn and Instagram at the same time. So let's see if it works. For those who don't know me, I'm Nata from the NATA PR agency that I founded more than 20 years ago. So we're specialized in public relations, and I love to talk about PR. I'm passionate about PR, and today is PR Rendezvous 117. Yes, I started a few years ago. I didn't have any content to talk about PR, and I created those PR Rendezvous, and I started talking to my computer. So today I wanted to talk about PR 101. How can you start? It seems to like PR seems like for many of you something very abstract. You've heard of it, you kind of know a little bit what it is, especially if you are specialized in marketing. And I think it's a bit high, is it? Let me see if I can put it down a little bit. I don't think I'll be able to. So PR 101. And we created this model. You have the link. If you are on Instagram, it's gonna be easy. You can go in, of course, my, click on, we have a link tree. So the model is there. So the free NATA PR model, I have that. And I also have another great template for you guys. If you want to write a press release that sell, I give you our recipe as well. So you have two amazing freebies there. If you click on the notes of the Instagram notes, voila. Yes, PR 101. So what is the first thing you should be doing is first asking yourself, why would they talk about you? Why would an influencer be interested by you, your product, your service? Why would they talk about you? And if maybe you have no idea, like you don't know, well, it can be as simple as you have something new. Huh? So find the journalists or the influencers that talk about your type of product. Let's say it's a food product, or if it's a product that caters to young families, mothers, the mommy influencers. Is there so many of them out there? So you can start by finding who talks about what, but find out why they would talk about you. I'm going to give you a real example. We have a student at the NATA PR school. So for those who don't know, I created a service at the agency that's called NATA PR School. There's the agency NATA PR, but the NATA PR School is really there to teach you PR and how you can integrate it on your own in less than 2 hours per week. I promise you can understand PR and generate results, get featured for free. And this is what I'm teaching you, actually, how to get featured. But the first question is to get featured for free is to ask yourself, why would they talk about you? Maybe you have this, maybe you're local. And sometimes, if it's really seems to be far out of reach for you, think about your local media. What's close to you, your local newspaper, because that's their mandate to talk about companies that are local. So being local can be a huge advantage for you. And this student that I wanted to talk to you about was an accountant, and he decided to found an outdoor clothing company. And so he reached out to the local TV. And they were interested by his story, and they did this amazing interview with him. It was a TV segment of a few minutes, so he had this chance to do that. But it's possible, depending on what you have to say, what you're launching, what's the new product you're launching. Is it going to help? Is it solving a solution out there, solving a problem out there? So him, imagine that. So there's tons of outdoor clothing company, right? But his idea was to create like clothing that's vegan as much as possible, that wouldn't be harmful for the environment. That was his goal. So he had this whole story to tell. But if you don't have such a green story, let's say, or such a specific story, you can always find that they talk about companies that are local. You founded your company, you can tell your story. Voila. So find out why. There are many reasons out there. Of course, at the agency, I'm not alone. I have some experts working with me at the agency. I have many hands behind me, as I'd love to say. So we do a lot of researches, and same thing. So it's available to you, my friends. So if you go on Google, start looking at your local newspaper, find out what they're like, talk about. So local TV, there are still a few radio stations are still powerful, and know now that everything that's, let's say, done by traditional media, 99% of the time, it's also available online. So then you can share it on your own platforms after once it's been published, my friends. So this is amazing. So my student that founded this clothing company, outdoor clothing company, after his TV segment, 400 people just went on his website and they gave him his email because they liked him so much. They wanted to know more about his company. So they wanted to be on his list and receive his newsletter, of course. So this is why it's so powerful. Once they know you, once they've heard about you, then they're more open to buy from you. So this is the whole power of PR, my friends. It's there to help you get known. You can be featured for free, talk about by influencers for free if they like your product, they want to share. If you're a new company, maybe they want to help you out because they like what you're doing locally. So yes, do some researches, look out there, go look, and just time yourself. Don't get lost in the rabbit hole. Say, well, I'm going to spend 15 minutes looking at what's happening locally in my region. And that once some local media talks about you, sometimes first of all, you're going to understand what media are looking for. It's a great way to get started learning what the media or even your local influencers want to do, how they work. And of course, then the next step could be to go nationally, for example. First questions, I'm going to put the model there. And if you are on Instagram, go on our show notes. You'll not the show notes, but on my account, there's a link tree. So there's 2 freebies there. Get them, my friend. They're really good. And we use them at the agency. They're our own tools. So, they're precious tools, but I'm giving it to you for free. So one is the model, 6 steps. Today we're talking about step 1. And step number 2, I'm going to be brief on this one. Step number 2, once you've figured out why they would talk about you, you have to tell your story. And often this is where my students are very worried and very scared, and they get confused because they don't like to write, or they have this belief that, they don't know how to write and they're not good at writing. But those days are over, my friends. Yes, now we have the help of ChatGPT. And this is what I'm teaching you at the NATA PR School, how to use ChatGPT. It's simple, my friends. Don't get scared. Go look, explore. And I promise once you've worked with it a little bit and you have, a few tips, it's going to become your best new assistant. Guaranteed, I promise. So voila. So step number 1 is try to find out why these media and influencers, why would they talk about you? Why do they talk about your competitors? Why do they talk about some other brands that you see out there? So this is the first thing, find out why. And then, of course, you tell your story. So voila. So for those who don't know me, I'm Nata from the NATA PR agency and still passionate about PR. Love to share my ideas. So get on our list if you're not. I'm going to put the link here for LinkedIn, and you have all the links also on our Instagram account. So hopefully you'll be joining me for our next PR rendezvous. Thank you for watching today.